Hello again to the war in Ukraine now, and Kiev's forces are continuing to withstand a barrage of Russian assaults in the eastern city of Bakhmut. Tens of thousands have died during the battle for the city. It's hugely symbolic for both sides, and the fight for it started 7 months ago. Joining me now, retired Air Vice Marshal Sean Bell. Hello again to you, Sean. So what is the latest on the ground in Bakhmut, across the country, and are Russia advancing?
Yeah, there's a lot to cover, but in principle, the 1,200 kilometres of the front line is still pretty active. But the main focus has been around Crimea to the north, up Luhansk, the yellow area to the north, just of Bakhmut there. The Russians seem to have made very limited progress, and fighting appears to have virtually stalled. Volodar, which is down to the south of Bakhmut there, intense fighting in the past, but again, the Russians seem to be making no progress at all. In Bakhmut, though, if we focus in on Bakhmut, that's where the most intense fighting, led by the Wagner Group. We've been reporting recently that the Bakhmuta River, which runs up north-south down the middle. Russians had taken the eastern side, the Ukrainians held the western side. The news at the moment is that Russians have actually got some beachheads now across the river and have actually made it across. They've got a little emplacement. They've now managed to ford the river, and they've now got some military forces on the western side. But the harsh reality is that they're not actually making significant progress of there. What's the key thing really, though, is that the fighting, as you say, been going on for months here. But over the last few weeks, there have been between 90 and 100 attacks per day on the front line. That's actually diminished now to between 20 and 29, so it's about a third of the level of activity. Now, any offence, which the Russians have been trying to do for the last 2 months, is incredibly draining on resources and manpower. You generally surge and then stop, replenish, and then go again. And any military mind at the stage would be going, right, Russia needs to pause, collect its thoughts, refocus its resources and go again. But there does seem to be political pressure for them just to keep grinding away at this, and they're not making great progress.
Well, what's causing them to struggle? Is it just that political pressure to keep going, or are there other issues at play?
There's a fascinating dynamic going on at the moment. Part of that, there was a time when it suited President Putin to use Yevgeny Prigozhin, down on the left of the screen there, who runs the Wagner Group, mercenary group, largely convicts, to mount his operations, because he judged that it didn't matter about the levels of casualties. There were convicts, and it bought him time to mobilise more forces. But Prigozhin was quite successful. His forces were quite successful, and his influence started to rise. Gerasimov on the right, who's the head of the army, started to get really upset about this, because actually there's always a conflict of resources. So he's clearly been given direction from Putin to actually start succeeding on the battlefield and whittle down Prigozhin, as a result of which Gerasimov was told to look after Volodar. He's made no progress there. Prigozhin was left in charge of Bakhmut, and he is making progress. He needs more ammo, but that gets provided by the Russian army, and the Russian army has not been providing the ammo. They've also turned off his access to convicts. So it does seem to be a joint effort between Putin and Gerasimov to undermine Prigozhin's position. Now, this is really interesting, because war should be about prioritising your military resources, focusing on military aim. It shouldn't be a battle of egos, which is what this is turning out to be on the Russian side. And what the sacrifice they're making is huge casualties as a result of this friction at the top.
OK, let's talk about planes, fighter jets, MiG-29s in particular. Slovakia have just said that they're going to give their old fleet, aren't they? So to Ukraine, obviously. So is this the first sign that we're seeing the West saying, yes, we're going to give you fast jets?
Yeah, it's worth the background. It's worth noting that both Poland and Slovakia are both close to the front line of NATO's eastern flank. And whilst the buffer zone is Ukraine and Belarus, if Ukraine was to fall, and Belarus is in Russia's pocket anyway, suddenly they become the front line. So they're very well motivated to try to help Ukraine. These MiG-29s are operated by both those countries and Ukraine. 4 being offered by Poland. Not clear how many from Slovakia. The trouble is they only had 11. They were all taken out of service last summer. It's not clear how many are actually serviceable at all. Positive side, at least the Ukrainian pilots know how to fly them. The maintenance guys know how to maintain them, and extra spares would undoubtedly be of value. The downside is they're an old aeroplane. They're 40 years old. They're not as good as the Russian aeroplanes, and therefore it's unlikely they'd make a significant difference. It does give them more quantity, but doesn't give them more quality.
OK. Sean, thank you.